Yo, what is the word? What is the word? What is the word? Speed in the building, back in the building, back in the back of the back of the building. One other episode of Views from the Spot. You know what I'm saying? About to have my guy Praise Guns step up in the building. Been a while since I did one of these. I don't know how it's gonna go. I'm not the same person I used to be.
given myself salmonella and went partially blind in my right eye. I first started off the day with a delicious piece of Mexican sourdough toast. I cut right down the middle and ate the entire thing. It was so yummy and delicious. I was still pretty hungry, so I had my primate biscuits. Why would you ever eat cereal when you can eat primate bulking biscuits? And I had to use my raw milk, and I ate the entire thing. It was so great. After that, I was craving something sweet, so I had a Pop-Tart wrapped in foreskin. And after that, I had lunch, which was some sea slug hot dogs, guys. It was actually pretty good. For dinner, I finished off the day with some spaghetti and meatballs. You are not Italian if you've never had this recipe. It was super yummy. I had to eat the toast first, and for dessert, I had some horse electrolytes to make sure I'm getting all my vitamins and my minerals. This is a attention.
Triggers, smokes, punk, bitches, and skip-scap, skanks, and scalawags. Hoes, heifers, hee-haws, and hula-hoop.
Pandemic spreading all over the streets. Oh, bitch ass niggas. It's like a disease.
Oh, Lord, triggers, smokes, punk, bitches, and skip-scap, skanks, and scalawags. Hoes, heifers, hee-haws, and hula-hoop.
Pandemic spreading all over the streets. Oh, bitch ass niggas. It's like a disease.
Oh shit. Praise guns.
Yo, Speedy, can
Praise.
you hear me?
I ain't even had my sound on.
What's cracking, Speedy?
I'm chilling and shit. What's the word?
Nothing much, man. Let's get this party started. You know what I'm saying? What's been going on with you, my cousin? Yo, bro, how long has it been, bro, since we did anything online, like chopped it up or anything online, bro? It's been a hot minute.
Shit, like 2 years.
Yo, I can't believe it's been that long. What the hell?
Yeah, it's 2025. Yeah, last time I really was in the better rap was 2023, especially on social media. Hell yeah.
Yo, that's wild, bro. What you been doing, bro? You just been laid up in the cut? Like, what you been doing?
I've been waiting for the world to end, if you want me to be honest with you.
You know what? I mean, that I totally see why. I totally see
Yeah,
why.
it's crazy, man. 2025.
Big
I
old
ain't-
facts. You got another 5 billion years though for that to end.
I hope not. Hopefully it ends soon, man. I can't keep doing this shit, bro. Waking up, going to sleep, 4 walls of white. That ain't it, man. That ain't it.
I feel you on that, cousin. Either way, the world's gonna end. We just gotta wait like another 5 billion years.
Hopefully not, man. Hopefully 5 minutes, 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully Trump put the world on fire. You know what I'm saying? Cali already on fire again. So I don't know, man. I just don't got much hope. I don't got much hope.
Well, I mean, hey, listen, bro. We used to have mad fun back during those times. 2023, bro. We used to have
Yeah,
mad fun. Oh
yeah,
my
that
god,
is
bro.
true. Yeah, that's a fact. Matter of fact, I remember when you battled Roxanne.
Oh
When you
man,
battled
bro. That was
Roxanne.
I didn't even want to do it, bro. I just gave him a bunch of fucking throwaways, and then he bitched and complained. And you know what's funny? It was on 24 hours prep, so I even ended up fucking stumbling in that fucking battle. And you know, he was just fucking bitching and complaining the whole time. It was like, you got 5 fucking minutes. Like, how you gonna come up here with 5 fucking minutes of material? It's like, bro, it ain't my fucking fault. You decided to show up and rap about Coca-Cola and Pepsi and wonder why I fucking mopped you up with a shitty performance. Like, the fuck? Like,
Right.
and even
Right.
then, that whole week, bro, you know how we used to do, bro. We used to get on that man. Man, we used to flame his life away, bro. I don't think the Jews in the Holocaust got flamed as bad as he did, bro.
Right.
Bro, yo, and the fact that you said shit to him that probably I wouldn't have even said, and he never responded to your diss track, nothing at all, was just
Crazy.
when I see you, and I see you, I'm gonna see you in real life.
Never see me.
Bro, when I see you, I'm gonna see you in real life, and I'm gonna do this, that, and the other to you, and I'm gonna punch you in the face many times. Yo,
Right.
when you brought that up, I was literally in tears. I'm
It's
gonna
crazy. I think
punch
I
you in
still
the
got that
face.
video up too. I think I still got that video up. That shit was classic. That shit was legendary, man.
Bro. Oh my god, bro. That shit was so fucking hysterical. And you know what's funny? You know that situation in the face off? So I was showing the memes and shit that I made of him and stuff like that. And I think I ended up saving or screen recording the video of you, put him dancing or some shit.
Mhm.
You know, I guess because off my spare phone, when I could show all the memes and shit, because you can't stream things on Instagram Live, you know, he took like a weird ass screenshot of somewhere with my bars or whatever the fuck it was, and he tried to say that I was sending you paragraphs, like you and I were having some kind of weird sentimental conversations. Like the fuck,
That shit is
bro?
crazy.
He's such a fucking weirdo. It's hysterical, bro. It's like,
Well, shit, that's a
and
big
then
thing in battle rap. How does that? You know what I'm saying? I understand you laughing at it now, but like after so many times, you know, there's a lot of people that's really weird in battle rap. They make things up, try to do a lot of shit, fake angles. You know what I'm saying, how does that affect you and how you know what I'm saying, move in this culture?
it don't affect me, bro. There was a battle I did. You think that's bad? There was a battle, bro. I'm 28. I was born 1996. Keep this in mind. I battled this dude named Boss Money 4 years ago. He stumbled and choked every fucking round so bad. He tried freestyling a fake angle on how he talked to people out here in New York and said that back during my birth year, I snitched on people. And even then, it's like, the reason why angles don't bother me, because number one, I don't claim a life that I don't live. Even when you see me on many lives, I never threw up flags. I never twisted fingers. I never claimed any clicks. I never claimed to have all the money in the world. I never claimed to have all the clout in the world. I barely have 10,000 on Instagram. I don't claim things that. And even then, like, they use my nails, and they use the fact that I like black metal and dress gothic and all this other weird shit. And then and then after that, it's like, oh, and you're a fake Eminem and Disaster. After that, it's like, what do you have on me, bro? Like, you can't use anything on me, bro. There's no angles that anybody could ever actually take on me, because there is no fucking angle. I don't claim to live a life that a lot of other dudes live, that try so hard. Like with Rock Boy, oh my god, bro. If that was a 3-round battle, oh my fucking god, I would have tortured his life away. Where I could have brought up every fucking thing that happened on all those lives. Those are fucking angles. With me, on the other hand, it's like, bro, I don't have kids. I don't claim to live a life I don't live. I don't claim to have all the money in the world. I don't claim to be something that I'm not. I don't twist fingers and fucking throw up clicks that I'm not a part of. So where's your angle? Where's your angle?
Right.
Now, I could see if like you knew something personal or if I stabbed you in the back a long time ago, fine. But my record is so clean that it's like maybe use that as your angle. I don't know, but it's just a compliment at the same time. You're basically saying you're a good person and you never did nobody wrong and you're an amazing man. It's like we might as well just have a compliment battle at this fucking point. So
Mm.
that's it. I mean, the only thing that people could really use is my stage name and maybe twist that as an angle. But at the same time, it's like I'm not even really religious like that. So, I
Mm.
mean, it applies to my name, which is fire. I've had people use religious bars against me. But like I said, I mean, not to over elaborate myself or say the same thing all the time, there really is no angles against me unless if
Mm.
like unless if I did some fucked up shit and then like you knew about it, but even then it's like where? Like
Right.
so and then what's next? Oh, I'm white and I'm in an all black culture. Like, yeah, we all know this is an all black culture, but that angle has been fucking ran to the ground. That shit died with JC and Sharon or whatever or whoever the last time somebody took that angle on.
Because I
So
remember when Mook tried that shit against Big K, and they got smoked. God
yeah,
damn.
exactly, bro. Like that shit died. Like you can't even use that angle. Shit's gone. Like it's a diverse culture, bro. There's fucking Arabic and Indian battle rappers going viral, bro. Like so I guess this is just what it's like when you just live a comfortable life and you don't gotta look over your shoulder every 5 seconds. I don't know.
Mm.
But some of these dudes out here in this culture, oh my God, bro. The shit that they claim and they never been a part of, and the shit that they fucking say, and the shit that they go online about, and when you hear all the fucking weird walkie shit, like when you aired that shit out with Smoke, I don't know
Mm.
Smoke through a hole in a wall. He just ended up following me off the Rock Boy Rome battle. I know Hoodie don't fuck with him. I know Hoodie hates his fucking guts. And I know, you and Hoodie don't see eye to eye right now, but like not to like bait anything.
Right.
But like when you aired that shit out with Smoke, I'm like, holy fuck, bro. That's probably like 10 angles right there.
Yeah, real rap. Yeah, that shit. That shit's still doing numbers. I'm like, damn. I go back and watch that shit like once a month. I'm like, yo, that really happened. Like that really
Yo,
happened. There be a lot of real shit happening in battle rap. It's crazy.
it is, bro. It really is. So like that's pretty much the best answer I could give you. I don't even have kids, bro. So I mean, like, what is that a disrespect?
All right. So as far as your career, then where are you going with it? Like, you rap and then you also battle, but you don't really battle like that. But then you coming back to battle. It's like everybody think that battle rap is kind of dead or a less opportunistic, hobby or just pastime. So what is your angle when it comes to battle rap? And then what do you see yourself as far as your career?
All right, so pretty much music. All right, so I'm gonna give you a quote from Notorious, but in a different way. Music is like my wife. That's the one that I see myself with. That's the one that I really want to be with. Battle rap is just some bitch on the side that I when I want to like when I want to go like dabble in it real quick and then I go back to my main chick. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So battle rap is I love hip hop, bro. I love fucking hip hop in general. Like, let me tell you something. Ever since I was a 14-year-old kid and I first saw Cannabis versus Disaster, hip hop has just been everywhere. It's like from music and battle rap. I love them fucking both. I just love music a little bit more, you know. But there was a time point where I was battling so fucking heavily I wasn't even making music. But where my brain is at is like, though I look at music as the main chick and battle rap as the side bitch, I still I still love it, but at the same time, it's like I'm on and off with battle rap because like I don't. It's just sometimes like I get inspired, and sometimes I feel like I'll have a score to settle with somebody, and sometimes I'll get certain opportunities. But on top of that, it's just like with music is more of like that's the route I really want to go. Like for an example, like right now, right? This is gonna sound corny as fuck, but just follow me, right? Me and my boy, we just launched a label called Splatterbrain Records, right? If he told me tomorrow yo, we just got a partnership with Interscope or Aftermath or Shady Records or fucking Republican Records or Universal or something fucking insane, I would literally cancel all my battle rap shit. I would tell, not iBattle necessarily, because I love iBattle and that's one of the biggest fucking platforms, especially out here in Staten Island. But real talk, if like we caught like a major fucking thing tomorrow, or even then, like if I caught a crazy, because I don't have no contracts. I'm working with my boy right now, and we solidified the group. But if I caught like a crazy fucking deal tomorrow, like even if somebody like fucking DJ Khaled hit me up tomorrow and he was like, "Yeah, son, I fuck with your shit. You know what? Why don't you sit down or whatever?" Obviously, I would read the fine print before I signed the contract. But if the contract was clean and it was a fire fucking deal, and this shit was and this shit was a better opportunity, I would tell Battle Rap, peace out, and I would go strictly in that route. You know, but as far as battle rap though, like I love the culture. I absolutely love it. I grew up with it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of some of my fucking favorite battlers are dead and shit that I fucking remember them still being out when I was young as fuck. So that's pretty much the best answer I can give you. It's just really like I just love music more. Like I want to pursue it more than just battling. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on and off with battling more than I am with music.
Where it start?
Huh?
Where it start? Like your name, your origin story. What's your origin story?
So, I went through like fucking 14 names. I can't answer that question. I don't know where the majority of the fucking names came from, but pretty much me and my boy, we'll call him Gravity. Me and my boy Gravity, we used to tag pretty much. We used to tag up and shit. I was never a bomber. I could never do wild style. I could never do like throw up graffiti. Like I was never one of those legendary graffiti artists like T-Kid or Cope 2. Like those are New York legends. You know what I'm saying? I was never those type of dudes. Like if I took you to the other side of Staten Island and I showed you where the real graffiti was, I was never that fucking good. But pretty much, my style name, Praise One, it's a graffiti name. You know, like the one everybody used to put it. I don't know why. I never did background research on it, but everybody used to put the one in their name and it was in the graffiti scene. What we used to do was, we used to tag, I used to get the Hello My Name is stickers, and we used to tag them shits the fuck up, and we used to slap them everywhere. We used to slap them on fucking trains. We used to slap them on train stations. We used to just fucking, you know, like there would be time points, I kid you not, Speedy. Me and my boy, we used to sneak out 2 o'clock in the morning, and we wouldn't come back home till like 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, just tagging up fucking train stations and shit. So after a while, when we stopped, the name Praise One, it rang a bell to me. And plus, you could flip it like praise is also another form of respect. So you could say like praise, respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, but where I got the Leviathan from was, I heavily fell in love with black metal and death metal and stuff like that too. And the Leviathan dragon itself gets referenced a lot. Like there's a lot of songs named Leviathan. One of my favorite fucking one man black metal bands is named Leviathan, and he has a fucked up story. But his first album, The 10th Level of Suicide, is really fucking deep, and it's really amazing. But pretty much, the Leviathan dragon, which is one of the known as the Princes of Hell, though he resembles Envy and stuff like that, he's also, it's also at theory that one of the gates of hell is his mouth. There's certain portraits and stuff like that where you see the damned and fallen souls, him chewing in his mouth. I could send you the portrait afterwards. It's actually on my backup page. And also there is another portrait where God's fighting the Leviathan dragon in water and stuff like that. So it overall plays a heavy importance in religion and also in the black metal and death metal scene. But what really inspired me to add the Leviathan in there was that portrait of his mouth being like one of the gates of hell, and he's fucking chewing on the lost souls and the fucking
Mm.
people that were damned to hell. So I use it as a metaphor, as me just fucking destroying and killing competition. So basically, Praise won the Leviathan, and every time I look at the Leviathan, I think of his mouth being fucking just chewing through everything and just ripping through competition.
Mm. And when did you start rapping?
Oh, I started writing at 12 years old to get away from what was going on in my broken home. But I didn't start taking this, like, the very first time I was in the studio was like I was 16 years old. And my first verse wasn't a bad start. Well, for the song that I did with my other two friends, we got spoiled because my boy's cousin was a producer and he was working with certain people, and pretty much he was not a bad producer. He was pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie. He had a dope fucking setup. His mixing and mastering skills, to me, was probably better than his beats, honestly. And he made some pretty dope fucking beats. I'm not gonna lie, especially during that time. But his fucking mixing and mastering skills were phenomenal, man. So technically, I kind of considered myself a little bit spoiled at that time, because though I only did like that one song with them and that's it. I never did shit with them ever again because I was like young as fuck. I recorded one song when I was 16, and then I waited for a while, and then like I started recording again more so when I was like 18 type shit. But I didn't really start recording. Like I felt like I didn't really master anything until like 2022. But I started rapping when I was 12 years old, and then learning battling and all this other shit. It's like I've been pretty much a student of this shit. I'm 28 now, so I would say that's like 16 years. I've been pretty much like I've been a student of this hip hop game for like 16 years.
Oh, all right, yeah, that's wicked. Yeah, 16 years. So the image, it's not even really an image, it's you. I'm saying,
Yeah.
are you familiar with your heritage?
Well, yeah, I'm Italian.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I was gonna assume, not even really assume, but I was gonna guess like some of like Scandinavian descent, because with the whole metal and the Leviathan, that seems like Hellenistic pagan type of descent of, I wouldn't say religion, but just the study of it, because
Well,
I'm really into like that type of mythology and stuff like that, like with the Hydra and the primordial uh dragon being the Leviathan and God having a fight. I'm familiar with all of those. I wouldn't even call them stories, but myths or whatever. I'm very familiar with it. So that's what like really attracted me. I'm like, oh, hold on. When you got the black metal, that really comes from the Germanic Hellenistic type of like research based. I don't even know the word for it, but I don't want to call it a religion. You know what I'm saying? So I just assumed that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like really well versed in that. So that's what like really made me partly interested in what you were doing. Like I'm saying, and then of course your name and stuff like that. So that's like what really, really got me into that. You know what I'm saying? So I really wanted to know if you was, familiar with either the heritage or the mythology behind any of that.
well, oddly enough, though death metal stems from more of like Florida and maybe like upstate New York and like stuff like that, black metal itself and started like out in Norway, and well, that's the second wave. The first wave was in UK, then it moved over to Norway, and then obviously the Scandinavian and like and it's all over the world before it made
Yeah.
its way to the US. But it's funny that you say that because black metal has a lot of folklore. It has a lot of stories of like what I just said and stuff like that. So, and it takes a lot of images from LaVeyan Satanism and all this other stuff. So
Mhm.
it takes a lot of of stuff from those like from those categories and stuff like that too.
Right.
So I guess that's the reason why it's so easy to transition over here. Like
Yeah.
if I showed you my Dark Funeral poster that I have right next to me right now, it honestly, if you took away the logo and you took away the fucking album name, it literally looks like some fucking old school Norway folklore type shit. Like
Mhm.
so
Yeah. Yeah, that shit is like, and it's like real, like connected. Like you said, it's more like a spiritual type thing. So it's like, would you consider it a bad thing? Seem like, I got a stigma on it, darkness, evil, and all that. You know what I'm saying? Chaos. Would
Well,
you consider that a bad thing or negativity?
here's the thing. The genre of black metal they reside all about controversy. They fucking love controversy so much. They fucked around and invented a whole other subgenre that is black metal, but it's pretty much promotes the theories of National Socialism, and they literally call it National Socialist black metal. You know,
Mm,
that's how fucking much it loves controversy. I don't personally dabble in it. I don't listen to it. I stay away from it because I just don't fuck with Nazism. But
mm,
then they love even more controversy so fucking much that they even invented another subgenre. It's called like anarchist black metal, which goes against National Socialist black metal. So the thing is about black metal that a lot of people tend to forget is that some of them didn't even really believe in half the shit that they were just fucking saying. A lot of them just wanted to fucking sell records and just cause controversy and just offend Christians and shit like that. But me personally, I love the genre because I loved when certain people like when they stand up for something and they're not just using edgy fucking stupid shit just to sell records, like because some of the stuff that they were saying, like when because I'm not fully religious, like I'm not full, I'm more agnostic, but like when they were like saying certain things about the church and like and making certain like when they were making certain things to like stand up against society of always being outcasts. Like the one thing that I always loved about black metal was that one of their biggest fucking things is purposely scaring people away because some people don't want to be looked at as leaders. Like this is the reason why it gets shunned upon and it gets so scared, because though a lot of them in the fucking scene are just edgy fucking clout chasing edge like fucking pussies, you also have some of the people in there that literally will tell you you cannot have this, you're not allowed to have this is our shit. Because in hip hop, everybody wants to fucking fit in. Everybody wants to be the fucking main guy. Everybody wants to be the glamorous fucking, luxurious fucking rapper. Out in fucking black metal itself, there's a lot of fucking dudes that literally say, think for yourself. Be your own leader. Make your own path. Don't fucking follow us. We're not your leaders. We're not your role models. Don't listen to everything that fucking society tells you. Don't listen to every fucking thing that people try to drill into your fucking head, you know? And obviously I do like the folklore and certain things, like when they reference the Leviathan dragon and stuff like that. I love that too. But when they start saying we're not your leaders, be your own person, make your own path, that is what really also drew me towards black metal and why I fucking ended up tatting it on my fucking skin.
mm.
So
Yeah,
it does get demonized, it does get controversy, but sometimes in the culture itself, there's some meaningful shit that they fucking say. And there's a lot of shit that people have gone through and why it naturally like drifted towards that genre. Like even there's also another subgenre of it called depressive suicidal black metal, DSBM, which it's really just focusing on more of the dark and depression. And a lot of those dudes that make that fucking genre, the songs are like fucking 20 minutes because it also mixes in doom metal. Now, I don't know if you really know all about it, so I can only explain so much to you, but pretty much a lot of those dudes, they go through so much fucking shit. Like even one of my favorite artists, Leviathan himself, bro, his wife ended up like killing herself because I think she got diagnosed with brain cancer and shit. And that's what his whole first album was about. So that shit was like super impactful and just so fucking amazing that it looks deep, dark, and scary. But then when you actually read into it, you're thinking, damn, bro, these fucking people, they're actually saying some shit. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah. That's actually why I was asking, because some of the music that I make, it stems from that. Like I grew up playing Guitar Hero. You know what I'm saying? Like I was into rock and all that shit before rap. You know what I'm saying? I grew up around rap, but as far as what I was interested in, it was shit that's like actual what your feeling is, the R&B. And then when I got into rock and all of those different types of genres, that's what I really was like, damn, I I need this type shit. You know what I'm saying? Then you hear Juice WRLD and how he rap. It's like, damn, like you would hear shit like that on those types of songs. You know what I'm saying? But you wouldn't expect it from our type of community. So you know what I'm saying? I feel like that like really brought so much together, especially for me as an artist. Like I'm saying, I wouldn't be able to make a lot of songs if it wasn't for that type of. I mean, and that's also why I don't look at it as a bad thing. I'm saying a lot of people go through that. If you go through something that's negative, it's not necessarily negative because you had to go through it. It's something that happened to you. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say it's positive either, but at the same time, it's something that exists and is going to exist within the world. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm like, even if you look in the Bible or any other religion, they say that we started from a dark place before the sun, before there was a God or whatever. The world was dark. You know what I'm saying? The Leviathan fucking was dwelled in the darkness. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, that was the very first. You know what I'm saying? You have to crawl out of a place of darkness to find that, you know what I'm saying, that light. And the music itself could be the light that was generated from the darkness of each and every, action or whatever you had to go through. That's man. That's some real shit, like you said. People be saying real shit, not even realizing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the reason what. Because when I was getting into, like, when I went on my weight loss journey, I was really getting into metal and shit like that. And though I love other genres like death metal and stuff like that too, you know, sometimes I feel like personally, and the music is fucking solid and fire, but I feel like sometimes, like, they only the only subject matter can only really just be one thing. Like, even my favorite death metal band, Cannibal Corpse, to me, it's like, though their albums are so fucking dope, they only have one subject matter for entertainment, you know. But when you have, but when you search more, like, especially into black metal, and like I said, what drew me towards it was just like a lot of the shit that they were saying and a lot of their personal experiences they fucking went through. You know what I'm saying? And when you first get into that genre, you get slapped with all the lores and you get slapped with all the fucking controversy and you get slapped with all the fucking weirdo edgelords. But when you start to really dig through it and you really start to really see for what it is, a lot of people, like, one of the biggest things that they say, like I said before, is don't follow me. Like, we're not, we're shunned away for a reason. Like, be your own leader, be your own self. And that's what honestly why I fell in love with it even more.
So does that stigma remain a stigma, or do you carry that as like a medal of honor type thing?
I look at it more so I pay respect and I pay homage to it because, like I said, I love the music and I just, like, relate to it. But I guess in a way I could carry it as a medal of honor, but I don't consider myself, like, in the culture itself. Like, I don't like, because then I would look at as like a fucking poser. And though I have all my favorite band tees and shit like that, and my image is a certain way, and though I do relate to it, that's why even when I started coming back with the music shit, like, I started dressing more black metal-y because, like in that form, like with the corpse paint and everything, you know, in a way as to kind of resemble being dead, but also in a way of, like, people fucking hated me all the time. They fucking, I've been an outcast since the fucking day I was born. I've always been fucking hated. So you know what? I'm just gonna make you fucking hate me. No, I'm just gonna make you hate me even more. Don't come near me then. Yeah, I look like a
Right.
fucking corpse. Yeah, I look dead. Don't come near me. So pretty much, I guess in a way, I would carry it as like a medal of honor, but I look at it more so towards of, like, just paying respects towards the genre and what they're actually saying.
Mm.
Because a lot of people don't, and a lot of people, when they go to these shows and stuff like that, like, they just want to drink beer and fucking mosh, like, and sometimes they don't really even understand truly on what the genre is.
Mhm.
Even me, to a point, I don't really fully understand it, but I know enough to know where, like, some of these people that do carry and hold these beliefs within that genre, they hold it for a reason. Like, they're not just there to drink beer and fucking look edgy. Like, Because there's a lot. Let me tell you something, bro. There's a lot of edgy edgelord stuff in that fucking genre that I'm just like, bro, like this is fucking hysterical. But at the same time, it's like I try not to pay attention to that much because that's what gives the genre such a bad fucking name.
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that is something that just anybody would get that stigma just from having that type of energy, even if you don't repeat or believe in those same things. Like you say yourself, you said you've been an outcast your whole life. How were you able to stay level-headed and continue to be yourself whilst either feeling or knowing like people either didn't like you or just didn't want you around? How are you able to still be yourself?
Well, because I have to be real with myself because first of all, I'm not desperate. I'm not desperate with anything. If a bitch tells me she don't want me, all right, fine. A job tells me I'm not required, all right, fine. People tell me my music sucks, all right, fine. It's one of those things where I've been surrounded by, though majority of the world lies to you, and though like I would say 80% of the world is going to lie to you. I was at least lucky enough to have been blessed around a certain amount of people in my life, though it was only a handful of people, where they taught me what truth was from a very early age. It's the reason why I also never wanted to join cliques and never wanted to run the street life, and I never wanted to do things to fit in, because at the end of the day, it's like I look at it as, what the fuck is the point? It's not being who I really am. It's not me. You would waste so many more years of your life trying to fit into a circle that will never love you than you would being yourself and accepting the simple fact they're never going to fucking love you. So go the other way. That's pretty much how I looked at it. And yo, let me tell you something, bro. People ran me through the fucking gutter. People called me a fucking Eminem and Disaster fucking ripoff. I got called a faggot for my fucking nails. I got fucking called a weirdo for how I dress. I got even one of my own boys, even one of my own best fucking friends that helped me come up in this shit. You know, he'll make fun of me and shit like that too. But the one thing he always pays respect for is the simple fact that I am my own fucking person. And I never tried to be him. I never tried to be anybody else. Even if I sound like certain people musically, I still tried in a way to go my own way. Like I said, that's even the reason why when I returned to the music shit, I started dressing more black metal and I started dressing differently, because it's my own adopted image and a lot of people don't fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I can only succeed at being one person, and it's me. I can't like I said, bro, it's just the reason why I move differently, because I don't have an ego. I don't think I'm better than anybody, because there's other people that are literally posers that are making billions off of fucking it, that are making millions of dollars off of it. And I look at those motherfuckers and I think, damn, maybe I should be a fucking poser and I could make that much fucking money. But then I look at it and I'm like, they don't have their integrity. They don't have their freedom. They don't have nothing. They have all that fucking money. They can go fuck any bitch that they fucking want. But when you take all that away, when you take the money, you take the bitches, you take the cars, they take the clothes, they're literally just like the average jackass on Instagram Live that I've probably flamed 100 times. And I come across those dudes every fucking day. I can easily tell. Like, here's the thing, right? I don't claim to be the truest of all. I made mistakes. I fucked up in my life. But when I come across the average dickhead that I know is being a lying fucking poser, I see right through it. I G-checked a kid just not too long ago. And as a civilian, not even on some gang shit, because I'm not no gangs, no nothing. As a civilian, I'm able to G-check these fucking people. I'll be like, oh, really? You're a part of that clique? What's the pledge of that clique? Where does your flag go? What is this, that, and the other? And when they can't answer those questions, they fold like a fucking omelet. Me personally, I don't run with that life because of that reason. So that's just it. I can only be one person, and that's me.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But let me play devil's advocate real quick, because I know I have a price. It's a very steep one to make sure it breaks some people's pockets. But what would it take, if anything, for you to go over to that side?
I don't know, man. I don't think so. Because my thing is about it, I've been offered those contracts. I've been offered contracts before, and though they were shitty ones, I look at it at the end of the day, as much as there's a price on it and there's money involved and stuff like that too, I don't think I'd ever be able, I don't think I could. I don't think I'd be able to live with myself. Because like I said, you're filling a void within yourself. Let's say, just me personally, right? I got offered a few million, right? Just with anything. It don't even got to be music. But I have to sell my soul. I have to sell my beliefs away. I have to sell who I am as a person away. All I have is I have this money. I have a nice house. I could be able to repair certain things. I'd be able to get my fucking mother a nice house. Yeah, fine. But take all that away. What do you really have? You don't have yourself as a person. You don't have you. You don't have yourself as a person. You don't have who you are. You don't have your belief system anymore. You literally don't have anything. And when you look at those people on the tippy top that are making all that money, being a certain fucking way, they don't even believe half the fucking shit that they actually preach. They don't preach what they fucking say. Like you saw, like, listen, with this whole entire election, we're not going to get into politics, but none of those fucking people literally believe in half the shit that they fucking believed in. They were just being bought out. And me personally, I'm not mad at those people because they're collecting a check and I believe in what I believe in for free. But at the same time, at least I can walk my own way at the end of the day, find my own way, not knowing that I was a fucking puppet attached to some fucking strings, dancing for a fucking check. Now, like I said, I know a lot of people have stigmas with 9-to-5s and all that other stuff, but I am who I am for a reason. And I'm not better than nobody because, like I said, there's people making millions of dollars being the fucking weirdo poser. And I am who I am for free. So maybe what they're doing is working for them because they're collecting a huge check off of it. But at least I have my dignity and my freedom and my balls between my legs. That's the best answer I can give.
All right. Well, yeah, that's actually why I asked, because I mean, like, how much is that actually worth in the grand scheme of things, right? Like, I know, taking me for example, I say a lot of things that I feel like people, like, I think I've said a lot of things that people are saying now, but when I said it at the time, I was looked at like I was crazy, as if I was one of those people that was just trying to say something. So I figured, like, if when I'm being real, you assume that I'm being malicious, why not go and be malicious even though I don't believe in it? You know, because you don't have to believe in the things that you say. The same way how you're being real for free, you could still really be you. But when that money get involved, it's like, okay, contracts say you want me to do this, you want me to do that. Labels say they want me to say this and say that. If it's nothing that I'm personally not against, but I know the people that are watching might be against, I wouldn't care because they was against me when I was being real. So of course they're gonna be mad when I'm being fake. And then even at that, there's a lot of times where I'm joking and they take me more seriously when I'm joking. So I mean, like, when I look at it from a society standpoint, and the majority of society is going to lie to you 80%, more than 80%. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you was being generous. You know what I'm saying? So when you know that there's only a small amount, a handful of people that can actually be real, and they really don't have that much impact, nor are they allowed to even be real, feel like just in a material world, it will only make sense to go for the material. You know what I'm saying? Especially after a certain amount of time. Now, if this was like 2-3 years ago, I would definitely have the same opinion as you. Like, no, man, I'm gonna just be myself. But then it's like I could still be myself in my mind and in my heart. But when it comes to what I'm showcasing, I wouldn't necessarily care because those people, those same people didn't care to begin with. You know what I'm saying? And then even if they did, it didn't do enough to, show that, So I feel like the bad outweighs the good in a lot of these situations. So if the price is right, shit, I'll take that sale any day of the week. You know what I'm saying?
And listen, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at that opinion. I'm not mad at certain people that have done it. I'm not mad at certain people that are making money off of it because, my bank account compared to theirs right now, obviously they're going to choose their bank account every time. And I'm not mad at it. And I understand why people do it. And when I hear the stories, like, I was broke, I was living in the hood, I was doing this, that, and the other. So you know what? I had to either do this, that, and the other to make my break or whatever. Like, even 6ix9ine's case, I know a lot of people overshun him. We all know he's a fucking rat. We all know, whatever. He's a money hungry fucking, fucking stew-nod. We all know it. But at the same time, it's like even he was saying, like, all right, I got a daughter to feed. I'm living in the fucking hood. You know what? Fucking, I'm gonna slap some fucking rainbow dye in my hair and I'm gonna fucking pretend to be blood. And he fucking blew up. So you know what? I'm not mad at certain things like that. I understand, so. But me personally, it's just like, as of right now, I'm probably never going to get into that club. And it's one of those things where I probably would never be accepted into that club because, from the wise words of George Carlin, it is a big club and we're not in it and we're never going to be in it. So I look at it like this. Would you want to waste all your years of your life you got to think, all right, this is the best way I can think of it, like a lunch table. All the popular kids are at the lunch table. You got all the sexy blondes there, all the fire brunettes. You're the fucking nerd. You're going to try so hard to appeal to the sexy bitches and the fucking popular dudes, and all they're going to do is throw fucking food at you. It's the same thing with the $1 Billion Club. You're going to try so fucking hard to appeal to these people and try to be something you're not. And you might not ever even get into that fucking $1 Billion Club. Because a lot of those people, they either have their connections, or they just get blessed into that, or they were born into that, or they just they met the right people, or they were able to offer something. It's very fucking rare that they take someone like you and I, think we're good enough to be there, and then we get there. A lot of us are never going to fucking get into that club. So that's another reason why I look at these people are never going to love me. These people are never going to accept me. These people are never going to want to have anything to do with me. So why am I going to sit here and try to be a dancing monkey for them? That's just how I look at it. Because then I'm just going to look like the fucking retarded monkey with the 2 fucking symbols in his hand doing this for them. So I look at it like, at least when I appeal to myself, and at least when I be myself, I could wake up, look myself in the mirror, and know that though I'm broke, though I don't have all the money in the world, though I have to go to work the next day, though I have to do certain things, and though I'll probably never even be able to see 10,000 on a YouTube video, at least I can look at myself in the fucking mirror, knowing that I failed being who I am, then succeeded being a fucking manufactured rip-off fucking image of something completely different that was never even me in the first place. Because you have to live with that. Even when you make all the money, you have to live with that.
Yeah, true. But like, how do we know that that's not delusion? Like, what if what we are doing is the wrong thing? What if trying to spread the truth and trying to be nice to people and trying to put some better energy into the world is the wrong idea? So we wake up looking ourselves in the mirror like, bro, I'm a good person. Yeah, I ain't got it all, but I'm a good person. I'm putting some good energy into the world. Got a lot of impact. A lot of people are making money off of me and the things that I'm saying, things that I'm doing. I'm not getting the clout for it. I'm not getting the praise for it. But everybody else, regardless if it's my neighbor or somebody in the higher ups, they're benefiting off of something that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still dancing like a monkey. I'm doing my own dance though. I'm not doing the dance that you want me to, but I'm doing my own dance and you're still able to benefit off of it. So it's like, when I'm looking at it like that, I want to know, like, is there a difference at that point? I'm saying, and is it a delusion? I mean, like, or is it just a mentality? Is it a perception? Because I honestly, looking at it from both sides of the ball, I'm like, man, it's not really worth it to be yourself to the masses. It's not worth appealing to the masses, but it's not worth being yourself to the masses either. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it's the internet at the end of the day, regardless of what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're not looking for the clout, it could always happen. You know what I'm saying? So would you rather be known for being yourself and getting clowned for it, or being somebody else and getting clowned for it? Like, you know what I'm saying, and then getting paid while doing so. Because being yourself, people might really hate you because you're being yourself, even if you're influencing the world to be more like you. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I see a lot of things that people are saying, the way they rapping, and the stuff that they presenting, the types of videos that they upload schedule. When I stop posting, they stop posting. When I start posting, they start posting. They got certain types of thumbnails, certain types of titles. And it's like, I'm not getting nothing for that. But when I stop doing things and I start being more malicious, and I'm like, all right, if I don't upload, nobody's going to have any content. And then I control it. I put life more in my control. Even though that seems more selfish, when I was doing things for other people, it didn't seem as though it was worth it, even though it seemed like I felt better. looking back at it, it seemed like it was a delusion. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place between wanting to be real or wanting to get paid. You know what I'm saying? The money don't really matter, but at the same time, it's better than not having any. You know what I'm saying? So
And I agree with that too. I totally feel what you're saying too, because like at the end of the day, bro, like I put out just a couple of records. If I ever found, like, if I ever woke up the next day and that shit blew the fuck up and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And I was able to collect a check off of it, I would be so fucking blessed. But you also got to think about it like this too. The reason why you can only be your person, and the reason why I was saying what I was saying earlier, because there's one specific person that comes to mind when I bring up this example. And not everybody is this person every day. If you look at the story of Billie Eilish, like if you take two stories, right? You know, you could take the story of somebody like maybe Eminem or Nas or something like that. And this is completely stupid, but just follow me out real quick. But then when you take the story of Billie Eilish, right? Though they walk two different paths, Billie Eilish got handed everything to her as a very young age. Her parents were heavily connected in the music industry. Her parents were, I think her mother or her father, whoever the fuck it was connected in the Interscope. Her brother basically wrote and produced every fucking thing. She didn't even want to be a singer. She wanted to be a dancer, but she was blessed with such a beautiful fucking voice that she was able to sing one record. Then they were able to hand it off to certain fucking people, and bam, she took off. So if you're like that, and you're able to fucking do that, and yeah, you could do whatever the fuck you want. You could sing about whatever the fuck you want. You could rap about whatever the fuck you want. You could be a poser, and you could do all that and make billions and millions of fucking dollars off of that shit. But then, like, when you look at other people that succeeded, even with their hard struggles and shit like that, you know, maybe they just had more of something to offer, I guess. And even though at some point they're gonna have to start playing into certain people's hands and start giving people what the fuck they want. But a lot more people, like, it's not going to be every day that you're going to be a Billie Eilish. You know what I'm saying? So, or ever to be like a fucking Eminem and Dr. Dre and all that. And and those two motherfuckers worked their way through the fucking gutter. Like, that man M been through mad fucking shit in his life. And he caught the right deal. He was at the Rap Olympics. He caught the right deal. He handed his fucking demo tape off to somebody else, met Dre, and he blew the fuck up. But at the end of the day, that's not going to happen to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Just like how not everybody's going to get handed something as lucky as Billie Eilish and shit like that. So it's like, that's the reason why personally you can only really be yourself, because people can tend to see who's real and who's fake and who's about it and who's not about it. It's like sometimes when you're trying so hard to be a fucking poser and when you try so hard to appeal to certain things, it just looks so cringy and see-through. So you're right though. Negativity always sells. Being something when you don't want to be it always fucking makes money. It always does. But at the same time, you know, if you're not a certain person that it worked for already and it's not going to work for it, you're just looking like a dumbass. When on the other person, even if they don't like you for being truthful, at least you're being truthful and you know who you are. And you're not going to get fucking shot up, or you're not going to get poked up or stabbed or pressed or G-checked for simply being something you're not. And that's the reason why I chose this route, because I know I'm not going to be in this route. So I looked at it as, how can I just look at it like, I'm never going to be a certain person. I'm never going to be able to apply or appeal to a certain audience or a certain people, or if I can't even make a certain person I want in my life happy by just being who the fuck I am, why should I try that with thousands and thousands and thousands of people if I'm just going to get the same results? Like I said, bro, we can easily get rejected by a bitch. Why would you want to be rejected by thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people every day? So, because it's easy to walk away from those people and it's easy to walk away from those bitches. But if you can't make that person love you and you can't make those people love you, you're just wasting years of your life away making those people love you, when you could just have a small chance of blowing the fuck up, being truthful, stick to your fucking small audience, and even then still be able to be successful and make a living off of them. Like, to really be successful, all you really need is 1,000 fans. if you have like at least 1,000 fans that are willing to come to your shows, buy your merchandise, stream your music, all this, that, and the other, yo, like that's still a good fucking income. It's not the best compared to other people that have thousands and thousands and thousands of fucking of streaming numbers and fans and make thousands of dollars off this other shit. But there's other fucking artists that I hear from that like that I have never fucking heard of that are popping up all over the internet. And they're like, yeah, I mean, I was making fucking thousands of dollars off my fucking streaming. Rather it's true or not, you still look at some of their numbers, you're like, wow, what the fuck? They've been killing it the whole time. We never even heard of them. So I don't know. Maybe it could be a delusion. It is a delusion, and it could be a sense of ego. But at the end of the day, I would just rather know. If I'm lying, am I like if something happened to me tomorrow, Speedy, somebody shot me dead in the streets. If I got shot in the streets, I was probably just there at the wrong time, and I got caught in a cross bullet. I wasn't pretending to be something else. I wasn't a blood member. I wasn't something anything. I could die knowing I was a truthful, honest person, and I was who I am. Then a lot of the fucking see-through people that I just fucking I make fun of every day on the internet. But I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is a delusion. Maybe it is a sense of ego. You know. So I totally do get what you're saying on the flip coin of it.
I mean, it's funny that you actually used that example because my next question was going to be about the quote, sometimes life just sucks. You know, you could be the greatest person, do everything right, and you get no rewards, you reap no rewards. Everybody still hates you. You could still be shot dead in the middle of the street and you were a great person. Everybody's going to say, yo, you was such a great person. You was such an amazing guy, regardless if people believe it or not. I mean, there's still going to be people that think that you were a horrible person. Even people that don't know you. Nah, man, people don't get shot dead in the middle of the street for no reason. There's no such thing as getting caught in a crossfire. So when you have people, and usually people that say this are people that have way more than you. People that are born into money. They have no idea about actual real life. And a great portion of America is actually that way. I mean, even in the black community, believe it or not, there's a lot of black children in the hood who are born into money. Being hood rich is a thing. Your parents could be hood rich. And I'm saying all your cousins that everybody got the newest J's and everything. You might not got the best house, probably still got to deal with roaches, but you got all the newest kicks, all the newest shit, and you still bullying other niggas in the hood, even though your crib look exactly the same. So sometimes life just sucks for people. You know what I'm saying? So what about those people? Because I feel like those are the most important people, no matter what they do, regardless if it's positive or negative. It might even be some nefarious things that they do that they benefit off of. Scamming, stealing, robbing, trapping. I made the most money doing that. Man, real working, 20 jobs, Uber Eats, Instacart, TaskRabbit, personal assistant, personal management, goddamn private management. That shit don't compare. You ain't making 5,000 in 10 minutes. You ain't making 10 bands in 10 minutes. And when you know the law, you be like, oh, FDIC insured, it's not a felony unless it's this amount, this right here, a certain amount of days. When you really start looking through these loopholes and how things actually work, you be like, well, maybe rules are meant to be broken by the right people. You know what I'm saying? Then it's not necessarily illegal anymore. You did something that maybe might be a little immoral, but it wasn't illegal. You didn't necessarily do anything wrong. You didn't steal from somebody that really needed it. You didn't really steal any money that actually existed. You manipulated a number, you know? So there might be certain things that might be negative just within itself, but based on how you do it in the context that it was done in, I'm saying sometimes it might be more beneficial to that. Even if you're a great person your entire life, it only takes but one moment. You know what I'm saying 12 seconds could change your whole life. You could go from being the best person in the world to having 30 murders. You know what I'm saying? You could be a serial killer right after that. So what about those people that life just sucks for them? They can't do anything, no matter what they do.
What, like there's people that like, well, what do you mean? Like people that don't scam or run anything like that? Or is like
there's people that don't scam. I got plenty of friends that don't scam. They got jobs. You know what I'm saying? They paying off car notes, all kind of shit, but they struggling to pay their car notes, even though they go to work every day. You know what I'm saying? They pay their bills, but they behind all kind of shit, man. Just because life just doesn't work the way that people think that it works. You could go to college, be in student debt. You could go to college and not finish college, still got to pay that off. You can get hit by a car. Now you got medical bills to worry about, even if your insurance is good. I'm saying, like, even when you take all of the necessary precautions, it doesn't always work out. Usually it never works out. It only works out for certain people that it was meant for. So if you're meant to have that job, you're going to get that job, even if you don't have the credentials for it. Your best friend could be CEO, get you right in there. But the people
Well,
disqualified, they get overlooked. You know what I'm saying? So shit,
well,
even politics, all that.
here's the way I look at it from both angles. Life sucks. We all know it. Like I said, we're having this conversation right now, right? After this interview, we close everything out. I might not ever blow the fuck up the way I wanted to. All right. But I was still able to do certain things. I would say one of the biggest blessings of life that even when I don't, even when I contradict my own beliefs sometimes with this and say, I can't stand life, I'd rather fucking whatever, this, that, and the other, you know, life, when you have the free will, though there's a lot of people that get dealt with shitty hands, it's what you do with that free will. Now, if you're the type of person that scammed all these other people and never got caught for it due to the loopholes, due to whatever the fuck it was, hey, you're fucking lucky. But the other people that they're like, fuck this, and they go to that side, then they end up getting caught up and they end up doing 10 fucking 20, how many years in fucking prison and then tax evasion, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know all the laws. I'm not too educated on that. Now, that's the shit that other people got to pay attention to as well. Because like I said, though you might have the same fucked up life every day as everyone else, and you decided to do like a quick little fucking shit and you got away with it, not everybody else is going to get away with that same shit too.
Right.
So you also got to think of it as well as you just got lucky as the other fucking people that were lucky enough to have the Jays and the Jordans and all that other shit. Because if anybody else, like, you might run that scam and you might get away with it, but then my dumbass might try to go to do the same thing, and the next thing you know, what the fuck, where's Praise at? Oh yeah, and then that come out 10 years later, where the fuck you been? Well, I tried doing the same thing as you and I got locked up for it. So, but at the same time, now what I'm going to get into this part is the beauty about free will is that you control your own destiny. You control where you want to go. You control what you want to do. And you know what? Listen, bro, even the people that go through shit, even the people that have, the most fucked up lives and life just fucking sucks, and like, and if you continue to always do the right thing, you will get back something. Even if like it's not a lot, even if you don't ever end up seeing a big check, even if you don't ever end up seeing the most best thing in the world. And let's say even if your fucking wife cheated on you and then you got to pay up the fucking kids or whatever, your simple reward in life when you just continue to do the right thing, even if you're a 60-year-old man and you're not fully satisfied, at least you'll have something along the lines like your best reward could just be like your kid saying, you know what? Though my parents divorced, my mother was the fucked up one. My father was the fucking good guy. Even little things like that is like just little things like that could just be more of a blessing than anything else. But why I also love free will, like for an example, I used to be 300 pounds. Now I just weighed in like earlier today. I'm 190 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I've been that weight consistently for about two going on 3 years now. So I could have been the same fat fuck that I was 4 years ago, and I could have continued to have weight problems. I could have been 400 fucking pounds. At that point, I probably would have been like 350, 400 pounds. I probably would have continued buying new clothes because my old ones are not fitting. I probably would have had to start getting custom clothes. I probably would have looked like a big fucking butterball. I probably wouldn't have been able to get off my couch, or I probably would have died of a heart attack. I probably would have ended up killing myself like on some Big Pun shit. May he rest in peace. But what I love about free will is that even when you're dealt with a shitty hand, and no matter what, life is never going to be the way you would love it to be, you could still choose the right fucking thing to do, and you could still choose to do the proper fucking thing. end, when you continue to always do the fucking right thing, at some point you will be rewarded. Even if it's not the best reward in the world. For an example, like I said before, I know I can never be 300 pounds again. And I know that now that I have the proper education on how to avoid that, now I don't have to worry about sleep apnea, limp dick, fucking, being ugly as fuck, and not having to get off and having to fucking struggle for 5 minutes to get out of fucking bed, feeling like I'm carrying fucking like a fucking 300-pound fucking barbell just from sitting up and just from squatting in a position to sit the fuck up and go about my day. I don't have to worry about if a bus is coming. I can run for it and not even feel it. You know what I'm saying? I could fucking run on the Stairmaster for 40 minutes and I could probably live till I'm fucking 70, 80 years old and I don't have health complications. You know what I'm saying? So it's just little things like that it's easy to give up, bro. It really is. But are you consistent enough every day to continue to do the right thing? And weight loss is one of the biggest forms of this. Because, bro, I kid you not right now, I could have sat home for a whole week and I could have not went to the gym. I talk to people every day that claim they love the health and fitness life, or claim that they used to be in it, or claim this, that, and the other. But when I talk to them about it, right, and I tell them, yeah, man, I just did like it's my rest day. I went this. I did like 5 days. They'll be like, yeah, man, I went like 2 weeks ago. And then they wonder why they see no results. And then they wonder why they're fucking miserable. And they wonder why they're gaining weight. And they wonder why they go up and down on the scale. It's the same thing with life. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't got it all. I don't got all the money in the world. I don't got all the fucking, I don't got everything. But at the same time, yes, life is always going to suck. But if you want different results, you need to start doing different things. If you want to lose weight, you got to put more time in the gym. You got to watch what you eat. You got to, focus on your health. You got to actually put the fucking Twix down and maybe pick up a fucking protein bar that tastes a little bit similar to it. Where, like, if you want to maybe make a little bit more money, I don't know, maybe, and you're not satisfied with the job and you don't want to stock shelves at fucking Target, maybe look into careers. It's the same thing with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to slice cold cuts for a fucking living. I even lost the tip of my finger doing it. I didn't want to be a fucking deli worker for the rest of my life. So you know what I did? I went and got my security license and I started working for Amazon and I started doing different things. So at the end of the day, life is never going to be good. It's just not. It's just what we're blessed with. We're never going to have, a lot of us are not going to be able to get into that 1% club. Is there a chance? Yes, but that's the reason why they call it 1%. Because you're only going to be the 1% out of everybody to make it. But the beauty of this life is that you could still make the proper decisions to go and at least do the things you need to do and maybe make changes in your life that you want to change.
Yeah, I can see that for a majority of people. But again, there's certain lives out there that should not be lived. There's people that don't even get to experience life before they even know it. Like, you got 2-month-old babies getting slammed against the wall. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, what kind of free will is that? When you're 2 months old, you're not even aware of your consciousness, and your life just ended due to the hands of somebody else because of the cards that you were dealt. So like, when I look at it in the most extreme way, for the most extreme cases of people that have terrible lives, they have nothing positive going on. Nothing positive. No matter what, even they wake up with a smile on their face. Again, I have zero idea how these people are still alive. Because I contemplate every day. Only reason why I'm here is because of the distractions, such as, oh, maybe I can one day get up out of this, because of that delusion that, well, maybe I have a certain amount of talent. Maybe I can offer to people that, other people couldn't. Like, this people 40 years ago, it's not like I'm the only person or the first person. It could have been somebody 40 years ago that had that same exact idea and they still are on the streets. I'm saying, so like, regardless if it was due to their fault of their own or even not, like, there's people that have literally just had things happen to them. They blocks get bombed, they businesses get destroyed, all kinds of stuff. Insurance isn't looking out. regardless if it's prejudice, if there's some type of discrimination going on. There's so much in this world to where there's certain people who are supposed to be at the bottom. If you have a 1%, that would mean that there's a hierarchy. And all the way at the bottom, there has to be somebody at the bottom, a footstool, the mud, the grass that you walk on. There's a lot of people that make it out the mud, but what is that mud? That mud always has to exist, which means the most evil things will always have to exist. My question is, what would you say to somebody that ultimately can't make it out? I'm saying no matter what they do, how hard they try, again, it might seem impossible to hear that. It might be like, yo, what do you mean? Like, you're alive. You can do something with your life so long as you have that. And it doesn't seem as if that exists in a lot of parts of the world. I'm like, America, you might have the largest opportunity of free will just in America. But you go somewhere like Korea, you go somewhere like even China. You know what I'm saying? Oriental countries are extremely strict about their laws and their rules and their regulations, down to how many kids you can or cannot have. So let's say you depressed, you already done had a baby, but now you scared to have another one because what if it's the same gender and now you get taxed for it and you already didn't even have enough money? That's a way, even though that might be your fault, man, you wasn't in a position to have a child. You just wanted to have some type of connection to the world to keep you here. You know what I'm saying? Those connections to keep you here, such as a potential to do something or a career or just that negativity that makes you want to do something good, I look at that like that's simply a distraction. Because if life is always going to suck, shit, every day not going to be good, no matter what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could work extremely hard to have every single day be good, and no matter what it is, it's always going to be the same day. And you're like, damn, I'm working extremely hard just to experience something good. Every other time besides that good experience, you mean that one moment might last 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying? It might last a lifetime in your head, but as far as in that moment only lasted 30 seconds. You felt good for that 30 seconds, was able to enjoy that for 30 seconds. But now it's back to the same old life, the same exact one. Is that good 30 seconds really worth the 100 years of torment you're about to get? You know what I'm saying? I'm only 24. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm gonna live it to see 30.
Well, listen, I understand, bro. I've been there, bro. Trust me. Like, my life is not fully figured out.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
28. You know what I'm saying? And one of my other friends, that her suicide anniversary is coming up. She was a tortured soul too. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, due to the things that she went through, and mentally caught up with her, and she ended up taking her own life. And like I said, I can't speak for the babies that are being killed every day, and the Gaza bombings and all this other stuff. I can't speak for certain things that people have already gone through and have already been, unfortunately, like, if they lost their battle to suicide, or if they lost their battle to cancer, or if they lost their battles to their mental health, or whatever the fuck it was, like, those people, it's unfortunate that they lost their battles, and it's a very unfortunate thing that they got caught in those things, or those things they just got dealt with a shitty hand in life, and unfortunately they're no longer here because of it, or they just lived a long fucking mediocre, miserable fucking life. It's very unfortunate that those things happen, and my heart goes out to those people. But there's a reason why there's an old saying: when there's a will, there's a way. You know what I'm saying? So you can be. I used to be pessimistic as fuck as well. You know what I'm saying? I used to be very fucking pessimistic as well, especially when I was overweight and I fucking hated life and all this other stuff. What I will say is that though there's certain people out there that will probably never see the success that they deserve, more than a lot of the other people that do get it that didn't even deserve it, when you at least work for something every day, no matter what the fuck it is, and you, like I said, you just continuously do the right thing, because even then, a lot of these people that have committed the mistakes, like even the things that you were talking about, hood rich and all this other stuff, I believe it 100%, and I've seen it. But at the same time, a lot of their backstories and stuff like that too, like even a lot of these rappers, one of the first things that they'll tell you is they want to make it out the hood. That's the reason why they started selling drugs and all this other shit, and they started rapping and they started trafficking and all this other shit. It was to hopefully make up enough money, because they couldn't get into certain corporate businesses and they couldn't get the certain jobs that they wanted, and they had to make certain ends meet, like that, to a point where they had to start doing something to provide for their family in hopes to make it out their fucking hoods and shit like that. So I hear those stories as well. But even those same people that actually went through those things made the right record, they made the right beat, they got lucky enough, they blew the fuck up, they worked hard enough at it, and they fucking took off. Now, you're right. And like what we said before from you and I on both angles, life is never going to be fucking good. It's just not going to. You know, if you're one of those small Taylor Swift, blonde, Pennsylvania, rich white chicks that got dealt a good hand at birth and never had to go through nothing, you're the luckiest fucking person out. You're the luckiest person in the fucking world. But even then, in general, it's like, that's not everyone. That is not everyone. Okay?
Yeah,
I don't live in a bad neighborhood, but at the same time, even a person that doesn't live in a bad neighborhood probably went through more shit than a lot of the other people in my fucking neighborhood. But also on top of that, you know, I don't play the whole comparison, like who has it harder type shit. I try not to do that because it's idiotic as fuck. You know, it's like comparing a homeless person to a person dying with cancer. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, it's like you got to look at it like this. When there's a will, there's a way. If you really want it, you'll go get it somehow. Even if you don't get the best results you want, even if you don't live the Andrew Tate life, even if you don't live the fucking Donald Trump and fucking Barack Obama life, even if you don't live the billionaire life, you still have a chance and you still have a way to somehow make it to a certain stature where even if your best is like middle class, even if you still go middle class, even then it's still, you still did something with yourself and you're not stuck in the same position every day. So at the end of the day, I understand why people become low and they become pessimistic and they want to give up and they want to just say fuck it all, because it's easier. It's easier to say fuck it all and just fucking give up and just float by like a bag of wind. But then all you're really doing is just torturing yourself. Okay? If the train is moving off the tracks and you're driving it and you try to put, and you could either let the train go off the tracks and crash completely, or you can at least try to put the fucking train back on the tracks. And if you succeed at it, then bam, you're on your road to, you're on your road, because like I said, it's so much easier, even driving a car, even if you're just driving down the road, it's so fucking easy to just swerve and just fucking hit a pole and fly through the windshield and die. It's easy as fuck. But it's the fucking people that continue to to continue to drive down that road, continue to walk down their own path, go through the hail, sleet, snow, mud, rain, thunder, lightning, and continue to walk the fucking fucked up road of broken bottles and broken glass. And at some point, if they make the right moves, they see triumph and they see success.
All right, well, that's only one person. What about the rest? That's the reason why I'm asking, because again, when you're making that out the mud, let's say you are selling drugs, you're selling crack, coke, you're doing all this stuff, robbing, killing to get your way out. None of that is positive. You're not being a good person. Yeah, you're not being a good person. I'm saying you're just ruining your community so that you can make it out. I'm saying you're only thinking about yourself. That's like being selfish. That's self-centered. I want to know, like, what about as a group? Because everybody can't be a coke dealer. You need junkies, and there's more junkies than there are drug dealers. I'm saying, so it's like there's only going to be one negative ruining the rest. Because I'm like, let's say these drug addicts are just doing drugs so that they can see another day, in the whole positive light thing. Oh, I just want to see another day. I just want to get high. That's my positivity. That's my will to keep going. That's not a very great will. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like they're doing whatever to keep their life going, no matter how shitty it is. Yeah, they still able to be happy because they high as fuck, right? It could be easier to say, you know what, I'm just going to kill myself instead of slowly killing myself. You know what I'm saying, yeah, it could be easier to do that, but it's going to have the same effect. It's going to have the same effect. Even if I made it out, I had to leave 100 niggas behind. Half them niggas dead, the other half in jail, and the rest of them is going to be in your situation like, damn, well, maybe I'm going to become a drug dealer, but then I'm going to go to jail. I'm the only person that made it. You went to jail, so now my success don't even matter, because my man's, he booked, 100 niggas is dead, other half is in jail. So it's like, what am I going to do then? You know what I'm saying? Because now what is my success worth? Because I had to ruin everybody else's, even though they bought the drugs. You know what I mean? You wanted to sell them. You know what I mean? You seen what I did and it worked out for me. that's not gonna work out for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I was asking. You know what I'm saying? Like for a majority of the people, life is gonna be like that. You can have 100 people on the same block and can't none of them pay rent, no matter how hard they work. You can have 100 people on the same block and they all ready to get evicted, even though they going to work every single day. They working overtime, they feeding their kids, there's food in the fridge. You know what I'm saying? But prices keep going up. Things is always going to be like that. As you said, there's no stopping that. But there's always going to be a stop to the good. There's always going to be a stop. The good is never always going to be there. It's usually never going to be there. You have to create the good out of the negative, but you have to use that negativity to generate a light. Is that light now good? How is it good from you being at the top and you able to live good, but everybody that you just dealt with that was supposed to make it out too, they can't make it out because you hindered their progress, or because you wanted to make it out, because you wanted to be part of that 1%. You know what I'm saying? Even if you only made it the middle class, there's people that make it out the hood, but then they at the bottom of the suburbs, the worst areas of the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how much is that really worth? Is that an egotistical thing? Is that a delusion? Again, is that a distraction? Because I'm gonna look at it like it's a distraction. If my niggas can't come with me, it's no point. You know what I'm saying? And I know that I can help them get there. So it's not like they just gonna be leeching or some shit. Or even if I did want to take care of people, you know what I'm saying? What if the people that I'm trying to take care of, they wind up getting blicked because of some shit that I was into? I was selling drugs. I was trying to make it out. I made it out. Nobody else made it out though. So that's what my question is. It's like, it's not really about one person. You know what I'm saying? Because let's say you do want your kids to be around. You do want your family to be around. You might have to do some things that is going to make your wife divorce you. But you was looking out, trying to make sure that your wife was going to be good. She might not understand that, but now you just lost your wife, but you got your life. You still got your life, you still got your will, and you still got your way. Is it worth it though? That's what I want to know. Like, is it really worth, like, based on the things that you have to do, is it going to be worth getting there? Is it going to be worth going through 100 years of torment just to have 30 seconds of a good life? I'm saying that's my whole thing, because I'm not sure if I'm willing to keep doing what I know I can do, because I don't think anybody's going to be there and it's not going to make a difference. I might as well just be by myself, four walls of white again. You know what I'm saying? So it's a teeter-totter type thing, but if it would be more sensible to just make it out, and I made it out, you know what I'm saying? I can say that I did good, even though everything else is going to be negative. Now I'm going to have to look at it like, oh no, they're just hating on my success. They're just mad they didn't have this idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where a lot of that is going to lead to. And I'm not sure if I even want to be that person, because even though I might be me getting there, I might not be me when I am there anymore. It's like, damn, everybody that made me, they not here. You know what I'm saying? Even if I did all the work.
Well, unfortunately, like I said, certain things happen for a reason, and certain people are only placed in your life, and certain people are meant to stay and others aren't. So at the end of the day, right? Look, I even have certain people in my life that weren't drug dealers, that are good fucking people, but are still low key a little toxic. You know, I've been around I've been around junkies. I've been around crackheads, because I've been around multi different fucking types of people, successful people and low vibrational people. Even if they're not junkies or fucking drug addicts or drug dealers at all, and they're just simply just people that are just not going nowhere. I understand what you're saying. You ever heard of the old saying, you could bring 10 horses to a pond and not all of them are going to drink?
Yeah.
You got to look at it like that, bro.
Yeah.
You got to look at it like this. You got to look at it like you could bring 10 horses to a pond and not all of them are going to drink the water. Bro, like I said, Speedy, I kid you not. I've had so many friends come up to me. How did you lose the weight? How do you build muscle? How do you do this? How do you do that? And I even tell them in a way, you know, try to maybe go on your own. Maybe try to find little things that you like doing as well. But you got to do cardio. You got to eat right. You got to do this, caloric deficit, this, that, and the other. Mm-hmm. And then right after, they're like, you know what, bro? You're right. I'm coming to the gym tomorrow. They ghost me. I don't hear from them. They're in fucking Wendy's eating fucking Baconators, and then they're chilling. They're drinking fucking alcohol, and they're fucking smoking fucking drugs and dope and all this other shit. So at the same time, Speedy, what I've been trying to tell you is, for an hour, sometimes you have to be a lone wolf.
Yeah.
You have to, bro.
You have to be a lone wolf. Sometimes you have to be successful by yourself. Because if you could give everybody the same format. And sometimes it might not work for everybody else. But at least the people that tried, you know that that's the motherfucker you want around you. Because that's the motherfucker that, even if it didn't work for him, he wants more information. He wants more success. He wants to be by your side. He wants to be exactly as successful as you are. But to the other motherfucker that you just gave all the information towards, and he's not doing anything with it, why keep him around?
Right. Damn. Yeah. Damn. I guess that's the delusion then. I guess the purpose is the delusion. You got to know what you're doing it for.
Yo, Speedy.
Damn.
Literally, bro, give me 30 seconds. Like, if you want to run one of my videos or something, I'm going to cut my cam real quick. Just give me 30 seconds, all right?
Yeah. Damn, my God. Praise guns.
Caution. I'm a warfare genius for starters. Your spleen gets carved in. Put you in a wheelchair like Steven when I sneak the hawk in. That's fire. Keep going, bro. I'm decades above you fools. I came to rupture through. Watch it break and crumble to the way I trouble dudes that may just humble you. You flaunt your cream, soda can, I'll leave you mug. You ain't catching AW. You can tell he's.
I thought Praise guns going crazy in there a bit.
Aim rapidly to put this kid in a box like Casey Anthony. Oh, wow. Amazing tragedies never end like soap operas. Heroes get tamed massively. I'll show up to the general hospital, swing a ball and chains, and your face is shattering the really crazy anatomies. I like you. On the fire. Keep going. Stop the gossip, you're talking nonsense. I'm popping clocks. The scope on this rifle will start to zoom. He's acting emo. His death will become a hot topic. I'm fucking back. Aim rapidly.
What's going on, Speedy? My fault, gang.
No, you good. You good. You good. What you mean? I had the you mean in the background. We all good.
Oh, big facts. I released a couple of records and shit like that too. So
yeah, I was tapped in. What was the most recent one you did? The one with the shorty. Was it a sample? Or is that actually a singer?
that was a sample. Like, pretty much long story short, this dude wanted to collaborate with me on Instagram. He sent me that fucking beat, ghosted me completely. So I was like, I'm gonna murder it. Fuck it. Took the beat, wrote 3 verses to it, took it to the studio last night, and I put it out there today. So
that shit is some shit. Facts. That shit is some shit. And you was really talking that shit on there too. Like, actually, like the pill of truth. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you definitely gotta do a fucking album called Black Pill. For sure. That shit would be crazy. Black Pill album would be immaculate work.
Yeah, no, the project that I got coming up, as you see with the album, it's called What's Wrong With Me. It's about it's got, I would say it's probably gonna be about like 17 songs. I got Marv One on there, I got Lex the Hexmaster on there, I got some of my boys on there, I got DNA on there. I gotta finish up that one. Pretty much, I think once the DNA shit is done, I think I'm gonna just drop the whole project.
Yeah, that's gonna be
so I got a nice amount of names on there. So I worked my fucking ass off to fucking get that project done, especially when I walked away from battle rap for a little bit while just to finish up that project. So, but even then, the features on there, bro, it just shows you like how much I still love the culture, because like even the big name features on there outside of Lex the Hexmaster, the 2 main names that I got on there, Marv One and DNA, fucking battle rap hip hop legends. So
real shit. Yeah,
so
that's really crazy. Fucking how do you network? You know what I'm saying, because I'm like, people don't really see you like that. When I see you on live, it's not always around battle rappers. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not.
So it's like it is like, on the outside looking in, it's very weird seeing you in the battle rap community. Like, it's like, yo, I know he's a battle rapper. I know he does this shit. I know I battle. I've been watching for years, But it's like, yo, it's still weird because it's like, yo, like there's so much to you that you really wouldn't expect somebody like you to fit in the community, regardless of what league it is. I'm saying, so the fact that you're able to be in here and exist on your own, regardless of any type of comparisons, I don't see the comparisons. I don't see it. I mean, like maybe the vocal, I mean, but nah, you're 100 light years better than a lot of these artists, regardless of the complexion or the genre or anything. As far as how you rap and how you are, I would expect you to, I don't even know, but just to exist somewhere in like a fucking pod somewhere out of space, like some alien type shit. I've never expected somebody like you to exist. You know what I'm saying, so how do you even network just as a person?
Well, when all right, from personal experiences, right? The weekend that how I ended up securing the Lex the Hexmaster feature on the song Cause a Riot. He's not really big in the battle rap world. He's more so big in the horrorcore world, the horrorcore element of hip hop, like where all the juggalos and like all they exist. Like he's more in that world, even though he's from New York. You know, how I ended up getting that feature was the weekend that I was battling Roxanne Gibbs Dome. Pretty much what happened was he started just randomly tapping in. I don't know where the fuck he came from. I don't know how he seen me live. I don't know where the fuck it was. Maybe he just fucking somehow did a fucking backflip. It just ended up on that live. I don't know. Me and Rocky, we was going at it, talking shit to each other, and then fucking it got, the battle got booked. I guess he was interested in seeing it because he is a hip hop head. And then out of nowhere, he started showing me love. He was even inboxing me a little bit on certain things or whatever. He was showing me love or whatever. He saw the one rounder, and pretty much he saw what I did. And then, afterwards, I threw him like $300 for it and we ended up working, And Marv Won was the most humble one that I worked with, though, because Marv Won is the type of dude, he'll give you a verse and then say thank you for the opportunity. And you're sitting there thinking, bro, I'm fucking Speedy G's. I've never been on fucking Total Slaughter. What opportunity was I giving you? But it's just that humble he is as a person. He's like he's mad fucking cool. He has no ego to him. Marv Won, like, I wanted to work with him because my boy Demo ended up working with him and he has all the connections. You could pull up his videos right now. You could literally pull up this posse cut that him, DNA, K-Shine Goods, Charlie Clips did to Hate Me Now. You know what I'm saying? They did a whole, and they caught like 20,000 views off of it. And for a while, before I ended up clicked up with him and shit, he was killing it. He wasn't even a battle rapper. He was just he loved the culture. He was hanging around Goods. He was hanging, he caught mad fucking features. He did mad songs. He's got mad features with Hell Rel from Dipset. And when I ended up linking up with him, like he broke a piece of that bread with me, you know what I'm saying? And pretty much he helped me get certain features. He helped me get the Marv Won feature. He helped me get the DNA feature. How I ended up getting Marv Won was simple. I wanted to work with him. Marv Won ended up inboxing me out of the random. We talked the business, financial was involved. I got the feature then I got a dope ass verse from him. DNA, it was a little bit different. I didn't handle really the business. My boy D handled it, and that's how I was able to like get the feature a little bit more affordable and more realistically than a lot of other people. You know what I'm saying? Because he played the middleman and DNA has a lot of respect for my boy. You know what I'm saying? With how much they work together and shit like that. So it was just one of those things, and that's how I ended up getting the DNA verse. And I've had that fucking verse now for like 4 fucking years, but I haven't, but I'm gonna actually put it out now finally. But how I network, well, it was the same way, very similar to what you were doing. You know what I'm saying? Though I didn't go out there and fucking say the most disrespectful fucking shit to certain people. I mean, it's just one of those things where pretty much like, it was one of those things where I would just go on Instagram and I would flame people's life away and they would just fucking love it. They would just absolutely think it was hysterical, and then they would end up following me. Like another person who ended up actually following me just off of my humor alone. I don't even think he knew I was a rapper, and I never asked him for nothing. He sees me on live, he laughs at my content, and then he throws up a piece and piece on, and he walks the other way. Mad Ills. Mad Ills, if you know who he is, he's a grind time hip hop legend. You know what I'm saying? He's battled Diz. He's battled some of the great fucking names. He's fucking smoked WRC's Jump Off. He went fucking bananas. You know what I'm saying? He smoked Jaron Benton because I think they're from the same area or whatever. He fucking smoked his life away, you know? But it's just certain things like that when you just don't give a fuck and when you put yourself out there a certain way, especially on this Instagram shit, and you politic your way into certain areas, you'd be surprised the type of results that you'd get. Like, honestly, if you were still over here on Instagram, like if you were still on Instagram doing what the fuck you was doing, I think you would have had way more fun going and if he was tapping it on my boy Devious' platform and shit like that, bro, you would have had just as equal amount of fun with the amount of people you would have been dog. You thought Rock Boy Rome was fucking fun with the way we was dog walking him every day, bro. There's like so many people like him on those platforms. You would have fucking loved it. It would have been. I think we would have had even way more fun than what the fuck we had on Hoodie's Lives. But you know. How I network, it's like, number one, I try not dick riding. I try not. I'll look around. Like when I started working on these projects and shit like that, I hit up a lot of people. I hit up a lot of management teams. I asked a lot of people how much they charge for verses. You know, I did a lot of shit, but I try to keep it business because I know what the fuck they want. And pretty much I worked with the people that are more humble. And I worked with a lot of people that obviously are a little bit more affordable. And plus, when you have someone next to you that can help you secure these type of features and stuff like that, it just gets easier. And also on top of that, the feature game could be pretty dangerous because there's a lot of people out there that are big names and they'll sell their image to you because they're a big name. And they'll say, let's keep it simple. I want 1,500. And you're thinking, all right, you know what? That's not that bad, I guess. Fuck it. You save up the 1,500, you send it to them. They run off with your money easily and you never get your verse. A lot of motherfuckers do that in the feature game. That's another reason why I got very picky with certain features, and I didn't work with certain people without having some kind of middleman involved, because it's not even necessarily of a management team or whatever. It's just it's that easy to scam people, especially when they want Cash Apps. They want Zelle. They don't want PayPal, because you have the option to pay goods and services. And if they don't honor that goods and services, then it's a legal statement that they got to go through. They got to go through. Then they have to legally pay you back that money, or else they could either just rip it out your account and you see a negative of $1,500, or they're breaking the law and then you could take them to fucking court and shit like that. But the feature game is very dangerous, especially because a lot of people want to get big name features. Me, I did it the more smarter way, where I worked with certain people that I knew were actually fucking that I knew I was going to be able to get good business with. Like Marv Won, yo, you could get 100 verses from him. You could do a whole album with him, even if you pay for it. He is a good fucking dude. DNA, he was chill. You know what I'm saying? His, you know, and especially with my boy Demo being involved, you know, like. And I don't. He's never had a bad rep of ripping people off of their fucking verses or anything like that. But you know, I've heard certain people though in the battle rap world taking deposits and running the fuck off with it. So I mean, those people I stay away from. Even in the hip hop music world, bro, there's a lot of people that, like, for an example, I don't give a fuck. Bizarre from D12. He's one of those scam artists. He rips people off all the time and he runs off. And I fuck with Bizarre. I fuck with D12. But he's a fucking scam artist. And a lot of people are like this in this game. So it's very dangerous when you work with certain people and you try to work with certain people, you try to get certain verses and you try to get certain features and you get ripped off. The game is another one. The game is a scam artist. If you ever try to work with the game, you will end up in a beef with him, just because you could be as humble as possible to him. You could literally treat him like a fucking human being, just because you wanted to get a song with him or something like that. You know, he'll either scam you, or he'll sell you some other bullshit, bogus fucking feature that he pre-recorded, or he'll try to sell you, he'll try to get you on his whack-ass fucking mixtape, and then next thing you know, you're scammed and you're ripped off. But a lot of these dudes are like that. That's what, a lot of the feature game is dangerous, the mixtape game is dangerous, a lot of the shit is dangerous. So how I ended up networking was pretty much, I had certain connections to I had certain connections to certain people, but also on top of that, I pretty much did the right thing, and I worked with the people I knew I would be able to work with and not get fucked over.
Right.
That's pretty much my best answer I could give to you.
No, I mean, like that is how it works though. Like
Yeah.
when you in a dangerous game, in a dangerous environment, you definitely gotta know how to move or you gonna get got. Damn. So after this entire conversation, through life, through hip hop, through battle rap, through the ups and downs, this is gonna be the last question. Is there hope?
I feel like if you want it there, I feel like personally, deep down inside, if you want to have it, I think there could be. It really all depends. So there's a saying that I heard recently, I would say a few months ago. It was with an Andrew Tate video. I forgot who this dude was. This is not the full quotation, but it's pretty much, there's two wolves. There's two pieces of energy that you can give. There's the negative and there's the positive. And then they said, well, which one wins? And obviously the dude chose the positive, and the other dude said, no, it's the one that you feed. So pretty much, if there's two wolves, one represents dark, one represents light, one of those wolves is going to stay by you, obviously, if you feed it and train it right, whatever the fuck it is, but you could either choose the dark or you could choose the light. If you want to continue to walk down a dark and pessimistic fucking route and live a life of fucking misery and not do anything, or choose fucked up shit, or continue to run the streets and sell drugs and fucking commit crimes and all this other shit, then hey, whatever you get from it is what you get from it. But if you decide to go down the good road and you decide to change things, change the way you eat, change the way you live life, change, try to find a better job, try to find this, that, and the other, then you will see hope. But it really all depends on what route you decide to go. So is there hope? There can be. That's the best answer I can give you. There's a possibility of hope. But at the end of the day, like I said, it all depends on which route you decide to go.
Yeah, I can understand that. Definitely. I think I understand that a little bit more than I did prior to having this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you definitely did say a lot more than what I've heard from anybody, as far as like how life actually is. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to have this conversation, because I know you're the type of person that actually knows. Like, you have a knowing. A lot of people don't have that knowing. So the fact that you were able to, spend damn near 2 hours and give that knowledge and that wisdom, even though you got battles coming up, you got a project to work on, all kind of shit. Like I'm saying, being able to do stuff like that is, one, is difficult, and two, it goes underappreciated. You know what I'm saying? Even if people do appreciate it, is very underrated thing, and it's a virtue that most people should have, but a lot of people don't. So, I mean, the fact that you even bear that trait and those virtues, I appreciate that more than I could explain it. You know what I'm saying? So definitely thank you.
Nah, I mean, listen, bro, you don't gotta thank me or nothing, because pretty much, like, I don't know everything. I'm just a realist. I'm real, bro. That's all it is. Like, and I'm not even the realest person to ever that you'll ever come across. There's probably people more realer than me and smarter than me and out there that are probably about to invent the new fucking iPhone, But pretty much the realest I can be is basically telling you what I think is at least true. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, what I would tell people is that, because listen, like I said, even what we said an hour ago in this conversation about how there's benefits and negativity as well, and I agree. People make millions of dollars off of it. Mm-hmm. But like I said, man, it's like, it all depends on what route you decide to go. This is the reason why, like I said before, why I love the genre black metal so much, because it tells people, like, I'm not a leader. A lot of people say, like, I'm not your leader. I don't want to be your leader. You know, you make your own way, be your own leader, be your own self, walk your own path. Even if you decide to become Tony Soprano, if that's where you want to go, then go. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not telling you to fucking sell drugs and kill people. But if that's the route you want to go, then, you know, go that route, I guess. I don't fucking know. But in my personal aspect, you know, I only found myself happier, and I only found myself doing things proper and just being in a better position when I know I'm more productive. Like, it's just how I am. It's like,
Right.
it's just, and I can't speak for everybody. And like I said before, you know, not everybody's going to be able to walk certain journeys with you. Not like,
Yeah, no,
so like I
that's
said, you bring 10 horses to a pond, can't expect them all to drink. It's the same thing with, you feed two different forms of energy, the dark and the light. And then that's the route you go. You know?
right. Yeah. Well, shit. Let me before you go, I know you got some battles. I know you got some projects coming up. I need you to promote that before you head up out of here.
Bet. All right. I got the latest album I'm working on. My label wants me to call it a mixtape, so we'll call it a mixtape for now. It's called What's Wrong With Me. It's 17 tracks. It's you know, it's got a lot of dark lyrical themes to it. Definitely a little bit more gothic black metal aspect to it. Even though you're not going to hear like no metal or anything in the actual music itself, just more of the aesthetic to it. It's 17 tracks. Marv One, DNA, Lex Luthor, Scribble, my boy J2 Slick. I got my older brother Demo on there. Battles, I got Bobby Uptown on I Battle the Forge coming up February 15th. And then March 15th on my boy PDB's platform, I got Jito.
Got some fire coming up. I need you to
Oh,
tap
yeah.
into that. 'Cause when I tell
I'm
you,
busy, bro.
I stopped supporting a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Either because of their work ethic or the quality of work that they was putting out. And I know I can support your quality, your quantity, and the content. You know what I'm saying? So anybody out there, if you don't know who Praise One is, stop lying. But if you
My
really
guy's
don't,
Speedy,
you
bro.
better tap in. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you for tapping in, bro. We definitely gonna head to spin the block for sure.
Yo, big facts, Speedy. Yo, anytime you want to do a fucking episode or anything, bro, yo, just hit me up, all right?
I appreciate you, bro. Real rap.
Speedy, much love, my guy.
My guy. Praise Guns.